We are back. The whole family's together on the Brick by Brick podcast. We have Chicago Bears royalty. JARRETT Payton joining us. It's Bears Packers coming up on Sunday. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking all Chicago Bears football starting right now. Welcome back to the Brick by Brick podcast. It's going to be a fun day. And we are presented by our good friends over at Circus Sports Illinois and, of course, Empire Today. So make sure you hit up Circus Sports at circusports.com. Download that Circus Sports Illinois app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And, of course, with Empire Today, make sure you use that code CHGO for $350 off all your flooring needs. I am your host, Greg Braggs Jr. Alongside me, as always, back again, back from Punta Cana, Jerry Azuma and Lance El Bookie, the double nickel, the 55, Burger. I don't know if you knew this, Jarrett, but he is also, his nickname growing up was Burger. Yep. He revealed that. He probably shouldn't have. Now I tell everybody that. Lance Briggs is back as well. JARRETT Payton, Chicago Bears royalty, yes. NFL royalty. Yes. Walter Payton Man of the Year just got handed out to DJ Moore. Just got revealed. Jerry is a recipient of the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and now JARRETT Payton joins us here on Packer Week. Welcome to the program. Appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate you guys, man. Always good to see Lance. Good to see you, GB. And Jerry, man, good to have you back from Mexico, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sporting my latest tan, baby.
I saw you taking them selfies. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Had to. It was only 95 degrees and sunny every single day there.
He survived the all-inclusive.
Yes, I survived. I made it.
Yeah. So we'll see. He did also, when he was gone, the Bears, won two of their biggest games of the year. So we held down the fort while you were gone, and now we're back. The city is on fire.
On fire.
As hot as it was in Punta Cana, the city of Chicago is currently on fire.
I love it.
I'm actually kind of scared to think what next week will be like if the Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers on Sunday.
Glizzy's all over the place.
Greg's favorite.
That's right. You missed it on
Glizzy's everywhere.
On Tuesday when I went to the Wiener Circle. Steven's running the ones and twos.
Steven, you were there? Nice.
No,
I was
he
over
wasn't
here.
there, but I brought back some Wiener Circle dogs.
Some extra
and
Glizzies.
We had a hot dog eating contest, and I dominated.
I got smoked.
Dominated.
Really?
Smoked.
Steven. So
How many did you eat?
I had one there, and then I had one here. That was
okay.
it. All right? Just relax.
So like a speed competition.
Yeah, speed.
Gotcha.
But guys, let's bring this in because like I said, the city's on fire. Ben Johnson Ben Johnson rips his shirt off in the locker room, and now you've got all these people around the city at the Wiener Circle. You got like 20 people ripping their shirts off, chanting "Good, better, best." Let me share former teammates here. Spice Adams and Peanut Tillman.
Oh God.
They're ripping their shirts off. On Marquee the other day. So this is just kind of taking off. Is this something you guys are going to get in on the action with? I mean, I know you had your shirt off the whole time at Punta Cana.
I did.
Braggs, I asked you this last week. And you said I refuse to take my shirt off. I will not do it.
Yeah,
All
I
right?
can't.
Why not?
It wasn't that long ago. That long ago. I asked you to jump on that bandwagon.
Well, listen, I've gained like 20 pounds since Vegas.
We're not worried about that.
But I'm sure it's all muscle.
Nobody's worried about that.
JARRETT, you know how brutal Bears Twitter can be. If I give them this ammo, they'll use it against me forever.
Yeah, but
All
if
right,
you're getting a
then
couple
let's just keep our
hundred
shirts on.
Twitter followers, dude, you'll be straight. Come on, man. Do it for the people, man.
There you go, JP.
You got to
Let
feed
'em know.
Chicago, GB.
Do it for the
Feed
bricks.
Chicago. Come on, they waiting for this.
How did this get turned around on me?
We're waiting.
How did this get turned around on me?
We're waiting.
All right, that's it. I'm changing the subject. I shouldn't have brought it up. Jarrett, you've been close to this team, and kind of following this thing along since Ben Johnson was introduced as the head coach, about 11 months ago at this point. And like just how shocked are you that this is where it's gone? Because I just feel like Ben has exceeded every high expectation that I had of him. He's been unbelievable.
You guys should know one thing about me. I am a gambling man. So at the beginning before the season, I was just looking at Vegas and the win total and at 8.5. And, going through it, I was just looking at the schedule. I was like, probably about maybe 8 wins if Vegas knows something. So they've exceeded my expectations. Shouts out to Ben, though, because you think about how the first 2 games went and the expectations that were there and all the pressure that was on his shoulders, not to just have super success right out the gate, but I think if you lose your first 2 games in the fashion that they did, the Minnesota game, and then you're talking about the Lions being blown out, you would think that you would kind of have that feeling inside of you like, holy cow, whole city's behind me. But he is really, since that bye week and how they've changed certain things within the game plan of how they're doing things, the injuries that have happened as well to key starters being out, getting the configuration right of this offensive line from the beginning of the season. I mean, before we even started the season, the conversation was who's going to play left tackle. And that was a huge question mark to now see where this offensive line is. I just give Ben Johnson a lot of credit and also his staff as well. Shouts out to Dennis Allen for, making stuff work through the injuries, not having Jalen Johnson early in the season, trying to figure things out. They have done a good job, and they're creating a true culture at Hallis Hall that I didn't think was going to have a lot of success this year, but that's just the way that the ball bounced this year. I look around the NFL, you guys, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Every week I'm saying, oh, this team's good, this team's good. This is the perfect situation for this ball club at the moment. And GB, you were talking about it. If they win up in Green Bay, everything's up for grabs. Because over last weekend, just put money on games, I was like, there's no way that the Rams are going to lose to the Panthers, man. The Rams are the best team right now in the NFC. Lo and behold, they get beat. So I just think that everything is shaping up for the Bears that they can go handle their business in Green Bay. But the fact that this team is playing meaningful football in December, man, it's so much fun for people that cover this team and the fans that love this team.
What about Caleb Williams? I mean, he's only in his 2nd year, and last year he had a very tough year, obviously. All the adjustments and changes that were made
68 sacks.
Yeah, all the sacks and everything, man. It was a lot. And then for him to come back with a brand new coach again, brand new offensive coordinator, brand new system, brand new players, what he's been able to achieve this year and get over that hump and, find some success, in his 2nd season. What do you think about his overall involvement with the team?
Listen, I've always been critical of Caleb. I've always been a fan of Caleb as well. I mean, just watching him from college through, Oklahoma to USC, there's something about his game that always jumped out to me. And maybe it was because it was those late West Coast games that I'm always watching late night and seeing that they're playing no defense, but just watching him escape out of the pocket, making those off-platform throws. There was something about that. But then I also had to go he's playing Washington State and some of these other schools. Can that translate over into the NFL? But we're starting to see, guys that the game has changed at the quarterback position in the NFL. And so just talking to guys that scouted him coming out of college, that comp that they always had. And this is 2 different guys that I talked to that were college scouts for NFL teams, and they said that that comp to Patrick Mahomes back then, of like being able to have that arm talent, but also make plays with his feet. And I was like, all right, I see it. I think it's harder in the NFL to be able to get away with that, but to sustain that over time. But you got to have somebody to help teach you how to understand the game, and for him, and to slow down the game just a little bit, because you guys know, especially on the defensive side, man, the game is fast, and when you get to the NFL, man, it is fast, and that's why quarterbacks get paid all the money that they get paid, right? Because it's about, you know, being able to decipher information in a quick second, to break things down, know what everybody's doing. Caleb, I listen, love Caleb's game. There's certain things with the inaccuracies that he's got to find a way to get better at. His footwork has to get better. What we see in certain games where the ball is getting out quick, three-step drops, where he's being able to plant that back foot and then ball is out, is where you start to see success. The one thing that I have questions about is the explosive plays. I feel like we're not seeing those, but also too the easy gimme ones where he's got to just make those throws that we see the average quarterback in the NFL make. And so they've been doing this without him playing at his best. Hence the reason why I thought this whole entire game plan should have been about running the football out the gate. That took a little bit of time until after the bye week to kind of figure it out. But you would think that if you can have success running the ball, that you could also throw off the play action, that you could have some more explosive plays. So I want to see how Ben Johnson kind of grooms him for the rest of the season. But my mind, you guys, has always been on the future for him. It was about, I thought this year was going to be like almost another rookie season for him underneath Ben Johnson, to be able to learn, to grasp all the information that he can get. And he's doing that. But you guys know, as I know, it's hard to make adjustments. Yeah, you have to be able to make adjustments. But I think that relationship between Ben and Caleb in this offseason, and what that means for year 3 for Caleb, I believe that's where we're going to see the jump. And if we don't see some of the issues corrected from this season next year, then I might have some worries. I just feel like there's time with Ben Johnson to kind of figure some of these things out.
Hey, Jarrett, what impresses you the most about Dennis Allen and the progression of the defense so far?
You know, Lance, I'll never forget. This was week 1 at Soldier Field, and I think I've met Dennis Allen one time before that, or maybe twice, just in passing. But we were on the sidelines before the coin toss, and he walked up to me, and I said, "Coach, hey, what's going on?" I go, "I'm Jarrett Payton." He goes, "Man, I know who you are, man." I said, "Man, are you excited?" He's like, "Yeah, man." I said, "You listen, JJ McCarthy, you got to find ways to pressure this young man, dude. It's just, he's back at the crib. Don't let him feel comfortable." He's like, "That's my game plan for tonight." I got so juiced up seeing him in that moment and talking with him, but watching his progression, I don't think he has gotten enough credit for what he's done with this defense. And I know we can look at the numbers statistically all the time on offense and defense, but just about how good this team's been at creating takeaways has been phenomenal. To be able to lead the league in takeaways, that's going to give you an opportunity to win games. And so I've been impressed with the injuries at key positions, Lance, and the fact that they have been able to have some depth, which I give credit to Ryan Poles, because he's a part of that process of help creating depth, but also Dennis knowing guys that he wants in, that he knows could help this defense out. It's just even going to the linebacker position. With your key linebackers out, but being able to find ways to be able to have guys in. The way that they're doing this, where when I was on scout team, nobody was really coaching me up. I was just running plays for the defense. I was just out there running plays with the defense and just looking at the card going, okay, it seems like they're not just doing that. They're trying to develop these guys to be able to play backup roles if they need to be able to play down the stretch. And so what he's done now to getting healthier with his defense, getting Jalen Johnson back and Kyler Gordon back, like these guys are coming back. I know Tyreek Stevenson's still out, but to get these guys back, to see how he's done it without like a true pass rush, man, just gives me a lot of hope for the future, and still some concern. I mean, as you get down the stretch, because this is the time of the year where you win these type of games at this part of the year with your defense, and can they hold up? But shouts out to guys like Montez Sweat, Lance, for like figuring it out a little bit, because there's a lot of pressure on a dude like that when you're getting paid the big dollars but you're not having the results. And I know I've been around guys like that where the pressure is on them to make it work because all eyes are on them. But for him to gradually, especially from that bye week, gradually start like making plays where it wasn't a sack, but it was in making maybe stripping the ball for a fumble, and then the defense is recovering to then starting to have some sacks, and things are starting to pile up a little bit. And yeah, I give Dennis Allen a lot of credit for his ability to be able to kind of put this all together, but not having probably all the horses that he would like.
Well, flipping it back to the other side of the ball, obviously, going into the Eagles game, my biggest question and reason why I didn't feel great about them winning was because I still wondered, like, what is elite for this team? When the Bears won in 2018 against the Rams in that big kind of comparable game, their defense to me was Super Bowl caliber. They were elite on defense, and that was the reason going in, like, okay, we got a shot. Well, that run game and that offensive line showed me in Philly, they're not just very good, they are elite. They are Super Bowl caliber. And I think going into the season, there was so many questions about the running backs, and they didn't go out and get anybody. Then they waited till the 7th round to get Kyle Monungai out of Rutgers. And all of a sudden, they are the number 1 team in the NFL running the football. And what have you seen from this run game, whether it's the running backs or the offensive line? Because it has been outstanding.
Yo, man, the fact that I've been waiting for this. I got chills on my arms, GB. Because it comes down to we were always talking over the last few years just about this offensive line in such a negative light, and there were so many issues. And you talked about the sacks that were given up last season to Caleb, and it was always a problem, and it's not a problem anymore. And it's weird not talking about them always in a negative light, but to see them in this positive light, to see that they figured out the configuration and where they got their guys. And I think just look at the interior, those 3 guys in the inside, and the impact that they can have. Having a center like Drew Dahlman, being able to have a guy like Joe Tooney and Jonah Jackson, like these guys bring something to the table, especially a guy like Tooney. I mean, a guy like Tooney, what he brings to the table of championship mindset, a guy that's done it and been there. But then you look at a guy like Ozzie Trapillo and his opportunity. Like they found a guy where at the beginning of the season it was like, all right, how is this going to work? They found a way to be able to make this thing work. And to me, they're just having success driving people off the ball. And a lot of it too, when you look at some of the videos, the motions that Ben has pre-snap, and just Lance, I was watching, there was a video where you just see these linebackers shift over just because of the motion that's coming directly across. They're moving over just a smidge, and that little bit to where the cutback lane was to then DeAndre Swift getting back north and south. It's like the little tiny things that defenses have to be able to kind of recognize with all the pre-snap motion, but then these guys getting off the ball and giving these running lanes to these running backs. Yeah, you see why you don't have to go get a first round running back if you don't want to. And I was one of the first people screaming like, why aren't you investing in the running back position? We're starting to see. Look at the recipe from last year. Just go back. There was that one clip of Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley at the end of the Super Bowl where Jalen was like, yo, we're here because of you. It was the run game. Like you put us over the top. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, we need that dude. Like we need that type of guy. lo and behold, if you have a scouting department that you feel comfortable in, that they're looking at talent to be able to bring into your organization. And I go back to what the Patriots did back in the day. So when I was doing internet radio, I was saying, not that I want the Bears to be the Patriots of the Midwest. And people are like, what are you talking about? I've said, I want to be so good that you have a great coaching staff, you got a great quarterback, that all you need to do, that you believe in your system, that you can go to find somebody that might not be a first-round pick, but might be a sixth-round pick, but fits in your system, and you can develop them to be exactly what you want them to be. Because that, to me, that's how you have sustained success for a long period of time. And looking at Kyle Monangai, I watched him in college. I understand what he was all about, loved his game. Had some question marks about DeAndre Swift. Could he be that guy to run in between the tackles, in the A gap, and first 2 games, first 3 games, I was giving him a lot of crap. I've taken a lot of that back and said I was wrong.
I mean, he's
What, Lance? What do you want?
What, Lance?
You hated Swift. Or I would say you hated, because hate is such a strong word. But you did not want to see Swift after those first couple of games.
I always believed in Swift. Believed in Swift, and I always believed in the run game. I said the Bears need to basically put together an identity, and the identity needs to be running the football. I've always preached that. And right now we're starting to see it. I mean, the first thing that they did that was really good was you had to solidify that offensive line, especially the interior of that. And last year we did not have that. So we weren't able to run the ball effectively, and my goodness, Caleb was getting sacked, left and right. So we had to sew that part up of our offense. That's first and foremost. That's the trenches. You need trenches to be successful in this league. And then after that, I mean, if you get it going, Swift is a really good back between the tackles. And if he gets a crease, he can show you why he is very effective. And right now, we have the perfect system for him to be very dynamic.
Let me tell you something. Yes. There is something, though, where between this dynamic between the both of them, where Swift, and you guys know, like anytime that you can get a guy, he has shown that he can be that guy. I mean, just even look last week. But what he does in space is crazy. Whether you're getting him outside zone, or you're getting the ball on a screen pass, whatever it is, I want to see more of that and mixing it up a little bit. But Lance, I want to hear your thoughts, because this is crazy to me. Running backs coming out of college, the one thing that all of them can pretty much run the football, man. I don't care if you're a first round pick or a 7th round pick. Everybody can run the football. The one thing that you don't see a lot of is those running backs having success because they can't be in on passing downs. You can't trust them enough to pick up in pass protection on 3rd down. Like, you don't feel comfortable, where you'd be like, get out. I still remember to this day, man, Steve McNair, God rest his soul. We were in practice one day, and all the guys, Chris Brown was hurt, Travis Henry wasn't practicing. There was opportunity I was going to play, and so I was in practice. And I remember Steve, they had the safety down. It was like 60 protection, where I had the Mike and the Sam on this side, but I had to also scan back and see if safety was coming back this way. And as a kid that didn't play that much coming up from high school to college, my eyes are looking like I see Keith Bullock, and I'm like, he got these red gloves on, his neck looking huge back there, arms just lengthy. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta watch. He looked like he's coming. Next thing you know, he bluffs. I'm going up to get the mic. I'm thinking that Sam's coming, but then the safety's coming. And I remember Steve McNair looked at Norm Chow and said, "Norm, get him out. He don't come back in until he understands pass protection." And as a man, I went back and sat back and was sitting there. I didn't go in for the rest of practice. I went home that night, and I'm just going through my playbook like, I got to figure this thing out, because I had to be able to not only get Steve's approval, but also the people that were calling plays. And so to see that Kyle Monangai has gotten that respect from Ben Johnson, probably feels the exact same way that Norm did. If you don't know it, you can't be in those downs. Goes to show, for a young man, he's done his thing. He's earned respect, and I give them a lot of credit, not just at the running back position, but let's talk about Colston Loveland as well. Like, you got two rookies that are a big part of your offense, and one that we were hoping for early on the season to get more touches, and that was with Colston Loveland. But now both these guys are a big part of your offense this year, and they look like they're going to be big pieces for years to come as well. And that's a good sign to have two rookies being an impact so early.
And it seems also like they've been part of this process, where early on everyone's like, "Hey, where's Colston? Where's Colston?" It's part of a process of where is Ben? Where are they comfortable in the development of the offense, and where are they at in the offense? And what Braggs always says all the time, in Ben we must trust. And Ben we must trust, because during that process, the more comfortable they get, the more comfortable he gets with these players in this system, the more you're going to see him. And once we see him, then we're going to that offense is going to start rolling.
Yeah, Lance came up with "In Ben We Trust." I don't know why he's lying. You said "In Ben We Trust," and then you also were the one when you say everybody was asking where Loveland was. You were asking where Loveland was, and I told you
top 10 pick.
Everyone
we all were.
You're first round pick. You top 10.
Right.
I'm expecting, if you were top 10, I expect to see you making plays. Like right off the bat.
Speak on it. Right off the bat.
If you are a top 10 talent, bro, you should be. That means that they feel comfortable enough to use their first pick on you, and that you should have an instant impact. There should be no waiting around. Waiting around is third, fourth round pick. We'll wait for you to kind of get developed. Not first round. You didn't
help me at all right there, Jarrett.
Thank you,
keep
Jarrett.
speaking on it,
Thank you.
Jarrett. Keep speaking on it. Keep speaking on it. Let him know.
It's in that same vein. That's why we put so much pressure on these quarterbacks, because it's like, yo, and let's even go back to when Mitch was selected. Like, you know how much pressure you're putting on a dude to say we're taking you in the top 5 picks? Like, that means you are game ready to go, like, out the gate. That's what everybody's expecting of you. Mm-hmm. And that pressure was put on that young man, and we all knew that was not the case for him. And if you watched any North Carolina film at that time, you knew he wasn't ready for that opportunity. Like, yo, it was going to take time, but we were all like, oh, we want it now. We want it now. Bro, he wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for that. So that's why Caleb has pressure on his shoulders.
I'd love to hear Braggs' reaction to when we drafted Mitch, like at that time. Like, he's our guy.
No, time out. If we have to rewind to that moment, I'm sitting with a buddy who's a Lions fan, my buddy Adam, and he's like, well, they traded up. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, who do you think they're going to take? I go, obviously a quarterback, but it better not be that dude from North Carolina. And then they drafted him. I was like, now when we got to camp and he threw one touchdown to Kevin White,
you're on
all
it.
in. All in. Like,
Super Bowl.
Look, Mitch to Kevin White, Super Bowl in a couple years.
Them two are nowhere to be found, man. Shout out to Kevin White.
Jarrett, you know how
White's my dog, though, man.
Jarrett, you know how I get at training camp. I get lost in the sauce.
Real quick though, right? I got to ask the two defensive guys and Austin Booker. What do you got? How you guys feel like about him and what he could do long term? Like, because I think I look at his physical ability and you look at his frame and what he kind of possesses, and it's like, man, if you can find something out of this dude, like find something out, because it's a lot of pressure on Montez Sweat to kind of have all the be the focal point, and then if you don't have anybody else that's getting after, then it's kind of helps when you can have fire and ice, right? But do you think he has the ability moving forward? Does he have something? Do you see something in him?
You know what? It's when you played the game like we have for a long period of time and been consistent, it's really difficult to crown someone that was, to me, had a good week. Was a flash in the pan. Everybody's like, oh man, Austin Booker had a great week. He's the coming of the next great defensive end for us. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready to crown him yet. You know, do it again, do it again. What he has done is his name has come up over the last, however, 4 or 5 weeks in a row in a positive light. He's done something well, and it doesn't even have to be necessarily a tackle. You know, he could have caused a tackle or been in on a fumble, a forced fumble, whatever it was. He was holding his gap, and he got in the backfield and made a tackle for a loss. His name keeps coming up each week. That to me means he's making the most of his opportunity. That to me speaks toward the future of this Bears defense, the present and future of this Bears defense. And yes, maybe he can be the guy that we expected him when we drafted.
Yeah, he's a high motor type of guy.
He's got the specs. Yeah,
yes,
he's got the
he's a
specs,
high motor.
man. Like, you look at him, he's got everything that you like. When you see him, when you look at him, you're like, man, can he figure this out? Because I'm hoping that I'm hoping he can figure it out. But Lance is right, and Lance is totally right. And I don't think people talk about this enough. What Lance was just saying, it's hard. That's why the respect level for my pops, Lance, guys that I watch that played at a high level for a long time, Jerry, like all you, it is hard, man. Like, it is hard to have success in this league year after year after year. And we're starting to see it with the quarterbacks, these young quarterbacks. Look at right now, everybody's crowning Drake May. Oh, Drake May. And rightfully so. Dude's having an unbelievable year, MVP caliber year. He is. But can he repeat that next year and the year after that? That's what makes guys like Aaron Rodgers that I grew up with, like, that I love watching. They were doing it year after year. CJ Stroud still trying to like figure it out. We tried to crown him a couple years ago. So maybe gives me a little hope that Caleb really hasn't hit his ceiling yet or got there where he's struggling still, but he has a lot of room to grow, because it scares me. These quarterbacks have a good year, and the next thing you know, Jaden Daniels can't stay healthy. Like, we don't get a chance to really see these quarterbacks go, because either they get hurt or they have down years. And the great quarterbacks that I've watched over my time, it's rare that they have like really bad years. They're pretty consistent with their numbers. And so I just think it is hard to copy and paste every single year as a player in this league. And I'm hearing what Lance is saying. So people need to focus in on that and see how hard I think we look and think it is not easy to be successful and great in the NFL.
Well, as the defensive expert here on the Brick by Brick program, I'll say this much about Austin. He came into the league as a guy with a lot of speed. But the question is, could you add power to your game? And what we've seen here in these last 4 or 5 weeks, he's using that straight arm to move that tackle back and get into the backfield. And as Lance said, like, with that speed, how you finish your tackles. And he is the reason they knocked Jackson Dart out of the game in that Giants game, because he finished that tackle with physicality. Exactly. So he's had a few different forced fumble moments. He's getting in the backfield a few times. So maybe with the Dio Dangbo injury, now that's created an opportunity for Austin Booker. Jarrett, if you have a quick moment, can we take a quick 2-minute timeout and come back and get your final thoughts on the Bears-Packers matchup?
I'm not going anywhere, GB.
Okay. Yeah. You've already, spent a lot of time with us here today, and I know you're a busy man, so we appreciate
you guys are family. What you talking about? This is like another Thanksgiving, man. Come on now.
I appreciate that a lot. I look forward to that bear hug you always give me at the Super Bowl every year, sneaking up on me. So, all right, quick 2-minute timeout. Got to give a shout out to our presenting sponsors, and when we come back, we'll talk some Bears-Packers with JARRETT PAYTON. Want to give a shout out to our presenting sponsors here on the Brick by Brick podcast, and that is, of course, starting with our friends over at Circa Sports. Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service, always taking care of the people. So bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Whether it's spreads, props, futures, or in-game, Circa Sports has it for you. Fund and bet like a pro anywhere, anytime in Illinois. And make sure you stay tuned here on the Brick by Brick podcast, because later in the show, we're going to be getting to da bets, and we're going to be breaking down the Week 14 NFL slate, including Bears versus Packers. Help you make some money. The Bears playoff odds plus 330 as of a couple weeks ago. So if you got in on that action, you got a real shot at making some money. So download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, make sure you call 1-800-GAMBLER. And after you've made a little bit of money, make sure you hit up our other presenting sponsor, and that's our good friends over at Empire Today. Because just like your team needs a home field advantage, your home needs a home floor advantage, and Empire Today can help you get that. Empire Today has flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day of the week. Yeah, you can go to those big box stores. They have a flooring department, but the person working that might have been a plumber the day before. And as I always like to say, you can trust bricklayers, and you can trust the people at Empire Today. You cannot trust plumbers. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. CHGO listeners can receive a $350 discount when using the promo code CHGO. Yes, you heard that right. A $350 discount with code CHGO. Restrictions apply. Visit empiretoday.com/CHGO for full details. All right, we're back here on the Brick by Brick podcast. Hit the like button for Jarrett Payton, Lance Briggs, and Jerry Azuma having some fun conversation here. All right, it's Packer week. Let's get into it.
Yes.
You know, we talked about the Bears as a team and everything they've done here this season. They won a huge one on the road last week in Philly and really dominated from a physicality standpoint. Can they double down on this? 2 straight road games against 2 legitimate contenders. Now you go into Green Bay, Lambeau Field, and Packer fans still doubting who the Chicago Bears are.
Listen, I'm a gambling man. I told you. I've been riding on this Bears team. There's something about them. The matchup with this defense at front 7 versus this offensive line for the Bears, to me, is going to be what I'm going to be watching. We all know when you get up there at Lambeau, the weather conditions at 3:25 kickoff is going to be cold. So throwing the ball, you're going to have to throw at some point, but you're going to have to be able to control the ground on the game. My question is how do you find a way to neutralize Micah Parsons? And what he does, and just watching him on film, he's all over the place. I wish he would just stay stagnant in one place, so I can know where he is.
Like on the bench.
I would run the ball at him all day long, but he lines up all over the place, and he is a generational type player. So it's finding out where he is, trying to figure out how to neutralize him at some point. That's going to be the back end of that defense for that team from up north. They're pretty good. So it's going to be a battle between there. My thing is the battle of this Bears defense versus Jordan Love. And the reason why I have question marks about that green and gold team, because I don't say the P word until after the game. I haven't said it. I have not said that word on any newscast that I've been on all week long. I won't say it. I say the NFL team from Wisconsin. We gonna make sure that they find a way to be able to get after Jordan Love, because with him, he's the question mark to me. I know he played well. He's coming off of 234 yards, 4 touchdowns last week, but he's also the guy that could be so cold and maybe throw 2 interceptions as well. And he's going up against a defense that has been the best with takeaways. So I don't trust Jordan Love. I trust Ben Johnson. I trust this running game. I know it's not going to be easier said than done, but there have been teams that have run on this defense up north. So I believe that the Bears are going to leave out of Lambeau with a win. And I think it's the first time Bears quarterback has won the first 2 games against their first 2 games with K. McNown back in years ago. 99. Caleb's going to be the next on the list. Let's go. Bears get the dub up in Lambeau. Right. You already know. No cheese on this head, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, boy?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Last thing I would say, Why not us? Why not us? What, I mean,
Right.
there is no. I don't trust any of these teams in the NFL. None of them. This is the perfect year for this football team at the moment. Only thing that has kind of been a little weird was that didn't go their way was the Baltimore game. Because I thought they were backup quarterback. Oh, they're gonna get this dub. Other than that, you start to look at it, everything is falling their way. And GB, Lance, and Jerry will tell you to win. And I'm gonna tell you too, GB. The year we won a national championship in Miami, things just fell our way, dog. Like the injuries, like the person that stepped up behind him, it was like it just all started happening. We knew how good we were, but it just started to happen. It fell in our way. We had a little bit of luck. This team is on perfect right now. Where if they win this game on Sunday, who? Tell me who? The Browns? Come on, the Lions might lose tonight. So what are we talking about? Why not us? That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, but Green Bay is a tough team. I mean, on Thanksgiving Day, they took it to the Lions. You know, at in Lions country. So
man, you don't know, Jerry. You don't know who the Lions. We don't know who the Lions are, bro. We don't know. We have no clue.
See.
They over there figuring out who's gonna call plays. Dan Campbell's like, oh man, let me call plays. They worry. They don't know. I told people last week before Black Friday, the things that I'm hearing about Philly inside their locker room, I knew they weren't gonna be ready after getting their butts kicked, losing to the Cowboys. I knew they weren't gonna be ready. I knew it. I knew it. I'm like, dog, they ain't ready. And the Bears came in there and put belt to you know what. Smack. They got punched. They got punched in the face, and then their offense is leaving off the field, and they're boo. I was like, oh, it's done. It's over. It's over. They ain't ready.
Yes.
If the Bears can do this, is the one thing though, and y'all know this. You're gonna have to run the football. But you are also going to have you can't be walking off the field with field goals. That ain't going to do it.
Yep.
You got to sustain drives, 10, 12-play drives, and punch that thing in. And the gut punch that is for a defense, if you start doing that, where they getting blown back, but then you scoring touchdowns, okay.
That's right.
In your own crib, too? Oh, This is perfect right here. I already know Ben Johnson ain't slept in 7 days. That dude is cooking up right now. He in there cook.
Yeah.
Let's go. I got Lance fired up. Lance want to put his jersey on, boy.
Let's go.
Yeah. No one's bigger than the Bear. No one's bigger than the Bear, baby.
All right. Well, Jarrett, we really appreciate your time here today. Honestly, we could go another hour and a half with you just kicking it around. Even before we started, I know you guys were talking a lot about your kids coming up in youth sports, and I know you got a young buck getting ready to go into the high school circuit. So we'll definitely bring you back. You know, we got plenty of off season to go, you know, and when we get to that point after the Bears have made a deep run in the playoffs, you know, we'll certainly bring you back and have some fun and have more of a laid back conversation, not drill you with and pepper you with all the Bears breakdowns.
This is what we do every day. Well, listen, hey, GB, appreciate you, my dude, man. You know, we always see each other, especially at Super Bowl. And anytime I'm around, it's always love. Jerry, man, I call you, man, you always, man, you hit me back. Anytime I need you for the show, late night on GN Sports, you're always there. Lance, you already know, man. Dude, I love you to death, bro. You one of my favorite players of all time. Every time I see pictures of you and Lack, have the coolest pictures in all of the entire world. They should take him off of his restored stuff and just put a picture of you and him on the billboards while I'm driving home, because y'all got legendary photos, man. So, but listen, I'm going to say something. I love all you guys, man. I appreciate all three of you, everybody at CHGO. Love you guys. Anytime you need me, holla at your boy, man. I'm here. Why not us? Why not us?
Why not us?
Why? Hey,
right.
No, appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, appreciate you. Your positivity is infectious, and you know, your mindset is inspirational. I mean that, because every time you put out one of those motivational tweets, You're always so positive, and I'm always like, I'm always red hot. I'm pissed off about something every hour of the day. And so like you'll put something inspirational at like 11:30 at night, and I'm like, damn it, Jarrett. Yeah. All right, fine. I'll be happy. I'll appreciate my life. Jesus.
Keep it going, my brother. Man. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Hey, bear down, and we'll talk to you here soon. That is Jarrett Payton from GN Sports with WGN. Does a fantastic job. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute timeout. Got to take a quick one back-to-back. No complaining. We went long with Jarrett Payton here, and so hopefully you enjoyed that conversation. When we come back, we got the blueprint on how to beat the Green Bay Packers here in Lambeau Field coming up, and then, of course, how to make some money with our friends over at Circa Sports. But first, hey, listen, guys, winter is here. The snow has been relentless. So I'm telling you right now, the people you need to hit up are Brunt Workwear because they have the boots built to last. Look at these guys. Look at this. This is the kind of boot that you need in your life. I've got my order coming in soon and excited to get it because my favorite thing about Brunt Workwear is not just the comfortability and the fact that they're built to last, but they are waterproof boots. And if you know this time of year, whether you're shoveling snow or you're on the job site or if you're in the tailgate with us here coming up, the next 3 of the last 4 games are at home, you're going to want your waterproof boots with the way the snow is hitting us right now. They are the best boots in the planet, and they'll let you try on any of their products on the job because Brunt Workwear is always taking care of people, and they do not sacrifice with comfort or durability. So with temps dropping and the holiday season coming up, it's time to treat yourself and the hardworking people in your life with real comfort. Skip the throwaway gifts and get them something built to last. Brunt Workwear. Our listeners get $10 off their entire order with code CHGO at checkout. That's bruntworkwear.com and use the code CHGO and make sure you tell them we sent you. And finally, definitely got to hit up our friends over at Shady Rays who have been with us since the very start. They changed the game because their sunglasses are made for real life, seriously good-looking, polarized, durable, and most importantly, not stupidly expensive. If you happen to lose your pair, whether it's at the tailgate or at the game at Lambeau, guess what? The wildest thing, you break or lose your pair even on day one, they'll send you a brand new pair, no guilt trip, just replacements. That's right. And we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code CHGO for 35% off. Polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades, rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. All right, we are back here on the Brick by Brick podcast. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, appreciate you tuning in as we're inching closer to Lions Cowboys here on Thursday night. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by January 1st. It'll probably be a tall task for that, Steven.
Screw it. Let's try it anyway.
Hey, with the way the Bears are playing right now, all the good vibes, let's build this community up and let's have some fun in January. So let's get into it, guys, as we always do for all our Thursday previews. It's been kind of a weird couple weeks, with the holidays and Jerry leaving the country. And we're trying to, but we're back together. And now we got the blueprint here to beating the Green Bay Packers. Briggs, as always, you're up first, my friend. And I know this is a lot of pressure for you because we, tend to give each other a hard time on our keys. But we have been killing it here lately, I feel like. They've
been paying attention, too.
Yeah, they have because, they've won 9 of 10. So,
been listening.
Clearly.
Zoom, what part of Mexico is Punta Cana in?
Dominican Republic.
Okay, I was just checking. All right.
All right.
I was just letting it go.
All right, Carmen Sandiego. Thank you very much, Mr. Geography.
The Dominican part.
Okay.
Whatever. Wherever it's sunny is where Jerry went. Okay? Okay, right. So give us your keys, the blueprint to beating the Green Bay Packers.
All right, listen, fellas. Create third and long situations. The Packers, they're the number 1 team on third down. There are times where I've seen Jordan Love throw the ball up. His tight end Kraft just went up and somehow comes down with it and they convert. We have to create third and long situations. Means we have to win on first down. When you create third and long situations, you greatly decrease the ability for the offense to convert. So we need to create those. We have to put them in those situations. Excuse me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, not to spoil the rest of our keys, but Jarrett brought up one that I don't know if it's going to make our list, but getting to the quarterback, I think kind of works hand in hand with what you're saying on those third down situations. They cannot let Jordan Love sit back and bake a cake back there.
No.
Like, they got to get to the quarterback.
He's
they got to apply this
pick people
pressure.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah, it is key here this Sunday is not letting Jordan hang out, because as Briggs said, there will come a point where he's going to let it fly. He's got this moon ball shot that seems to always connect with his receivers. Whether
It's a nice one.
I know Tucker Kraft's out with injury now, but the receivers seem to come down with these as well.
Christian Watson.
Yep.
Yeah, Watson's been killing it lately.
Yeah, he's back.
And I was really hoping he'd be a bust.
He's really good.
All right, Briggs, what's key number 2 for you?
Key number 2 is take what the defense is giving. All right. Obviously we're going to run the ball. That's what we do best. But for Caleb, you don't have to hit the home run. Take what the defense is giving you. If they're giving you the check down, take the check down. All right. This game is one of those games where, because the defense is so good, you're going to have to take the shot when it happens. It may not happen for most of the game. You may get the shot. You may get the shot once every quarter. You may only get 2 shots this whole entire game. And when it happens, it's because you were taking the check down. You were taking what was given, and we're running the ball. And then finally we draw that safety up and we get them on the route that we're looking for, and you hit that home run. You don't know how many times it's going to happen, but if you stick to taking what the defense is giving you, we'll find success.
Yeah, I mean, Ben said after the game, like, yeah, I probably could have ran a little more in the last game with how much success they were having, but he was like, I wanted to keep them off balance. And, as successful as they were with the runs they did have, you can make a fair argument, had they not passed it, even though they weren't getting success on those passes, that was kind of keeping the defense guessing and keeping them on their heels. So, Ben has said him a lot in the last year being the Bears head coach. I don't care if we have to run it 50 times or if we have to pass it 50 times, whatever it takes and whatever the defense is giving. So, obviously, the Packers are going to be loading up the box after what they saw
1,000%
against the Eagles. So, maybe Caleb's going to have to be the one to win.
But I also like our running backs against those linebackers as well. So when Lance is talking about take what the defense gives you, like, it should be a big day for Swift. I mean, if he is left alone out in the flat, like, the ball should be coming to him right away. And I like our chances against him, against one of their linebackers.
Yep.
So that's a really good matchup that the Bears need to exploit. And they need to do it often too. I mean, the conditions, like Lance said as well, it's going to be very cold. It's going to be a type of game where you should run and pound the rock. But at the same time, the little extension of the handoff with the little dump passes, I like our chances.
Yep, it's going to be a cold one as well. In the low single digits with the wind.
I love it.
Around 5 degrees.
Love it.
How hard was that to play in that?
It's definitely hard, but you just got to go hard because
what does the football feel like when you're
feels like a rock.
Like an actual rock.
It feels like an actual rock. But everyone has to play in it.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. And then in cold games like this, you just got to go fast and hit somebody as hard as you can. And they'll kind of quit a little bit. I've seen it happen.
Lance, when you
happen.
lived your
you never played
cushy
football in the winter?
I mean, a little bit of pickup football as a kid, but I was more
feels the exact same out there. Cold.
I was trying to become the next Steve Kerr. That didn't work out for me, but that's what I was trying. Pride of Arizona. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. There, damn.
Yeah, but Briggs, all right, just relax. All right, with whatever that is. Briggs, with the cold, what was that like for you? That transition of living that cushy life in California, in Sacramento, and Arizona, and then coming over to the cold. Was that a big adjustment for you?
Shoot, man, listen, I got drafted. I got drafted with Bobby Wade. We both came from the University of Arizona together. When we came out for in the beginning of the year, I think by mid or the end of September, we had on all of our cold gear at practice. Like we had, yes.
It was ridiculous. I was like, what are you guys doing? It's not even cold yet. Wait till the cold comes. I remember that. That was ridiculous.
Do you eventually got used to it, though, I'm assuming? Like, where you embraced it?
We got better at it. We got better at it.
You just learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You can never get used to it. You just learn how to deal with it.
Damn right. Damn right.
But
I had my sleeves were whipped off.
I did on the East Coast, but we just learned how to deal with it.
Right.
Deal with it. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Speaking of dealing with it, I've heard like the players will like, what is it called? Tiger's balm, I want to say. They'll put on themselves. Like,
a little Vaseline,
You guys have any tricks like that?
You got to keep yourself insulated, for sure. But there was no sleeves. We didn't believe in that.
Some players love to do that. I was not one of those players. Okay?
You just out there
Brendan Iron Badesho, he was a Tiger Balm guy. He was always oiled up for those football games. That was just not my choice.
It seems like the defensive players are wearing sleeves now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and the face masks.
Because I've never seen that.
It's wild. It's wild.
We weren't allowed to do that.
We weren't allowed.
Okay.
We weren't allowed. DJ Moore was allowed because he was Lovey's favorite. He was not.
The previous DJ Moore, for the young
Yes.
kids that don't know.
Previous.
DJ Moore from Vanderbilt.
From Vandy.
The Nickelback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I when they used to do Fan Day at Soldier Field, he was like all the different booths for the autographs.
He was there.
And I went running up to him and I was like, DJ, I'm so fired up for you to be on this team. Like, you're gonna be a baller, dude. And you should have seen his face lighten up. Like, everybody else is like going to like the big players. I was so excited for DJ Moore out of Vanderbilt, and he was so excited that somebody knew him. Like, he ended up being a baller too.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He was good. He was good.
Yeah.
So shout out to DJ Moore. I actually really enjoyed him as a Chicago Bear. All right.
Yeah, he was great.
Let's get into your keys.
Well, this is
Key
easy.
Number one.
Key number one is easy. Keep running the damn football.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Look, our
that
team.
money is folding.
That money is folding, but the team is doing extremely well with running the football. They have created an identity and consistency. So week in and week out, we should expect this team to rush the ball and do it well. Mm-hmm. And I think that against the Packers, they have a great opportunity to go up to Lambeau and really establish the run right away and stay consistent with it. Like, I feel like they can really beat this team up in the trenches. So continue to run that ball. That's what they do best. And get into the red zone and get that money that folds.
Yeah.
Need touchdowns.
Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle for the Packers, out, broke his leg.
Yeah,
Wayne Larrivee, who's the voice of the Packers, was on with us on CHGO Bears at 1 o'clock. If you haven't had a chance to watch that interview, you absolutely should. And he really couldn't emphasize how big of a loss that was for the defensive line, and said how much him and Micah Parsons like to run stunts in games with each other that really affect pressure and stopping the run. And now you already don't have Kenny Clark because you traded him to Dallas. Now you lose Devontae Wyatt. Obviously they got a few more D tackles in rotation, but that's certainly a big hit. And I think when you look at the interior line, to your point, for the Bears and such the strength that it is, I think that's a place where the Bears are certainly going to attack. Yeah,
I mean, Michael Parsons also, he's generational. It'll be important for the Bears to know exactly where he's at all times. But at the same time, run right at him. Go right at him. The play designs and the schemes that the Chicago Bears have right now offensively when they're running the ball is tremendous. The shifts, the motions, I love that stuff because it helps out everyone. Lets them know exactly what they're in and how to attack them. And right now, they're getting these running backs in space, whether it be the inside zone or the outside zone, and the cutbacks. Like all these different positions that they're putting, tight ends in or wide receivers in. They're putting them in different positions to be successful, and you don't really know what it is. It actually looks kind of like a pass play, but it's a run play. And then once they say, you know what, we'll just do the play action pass, they have so many options that are right open right now. So the play schemes and the calls, the way that they've been going right now for the Chicago Bears are incredible.
And what it does also is it creates different angles It creates odd angles for your defenders. So sometimes, it's a basic, insert guy coming inside the tackle or inside the A, B, or C gap. Other times it's hitting the defensive end from an odd angle, and you're not expecting certain things. It's putting different guys, in kind of these positions where they're like, oh shoot, I'm getting hit from the outside. Okay, I'm taking on a guy from the inside. Oh, okay, I'm getting doubled. I'm getting walled. So
Keep them
it's
off balance.
Right. Keep them all off balance.
All off balance. And that's what this run game is right now, is that they're doing a fantastic job of keeping guys off balance, because as a defender, you don't really know what's coming at you. You've never seen really a run play like this with so many guys that are moving in different positions.
Right.
And then you also have the effort of the wide receivers and the tight ends that are coming down, and they're covering guys up, and they're blocking, and they're winning. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
like, once that starts to happen, like, everything starts to open up.
Well, I mean, we talk so much about the 13 personnel that they use, and whether it's a jumbo package bringing in that extra offensive lineman as that 13 personnel, or 3 tight end sets. You saw it on that touchdown pass against the Eagles. It finally broke their back. How many times they were hitting them with that 13 personnel on the run. Everybody's coming down into the box, and then Cole Kmet slips out, and now Blankenship is chasing because they were so worried about everything that had been going on in front of them.
Exactly.
Braggs, the linebackers nowadays, they're too light in the ass now. They're too light in the ass for this type of personnel. So they're going to get pushed around. All right, this is exactly the setup. I feel like offensive coordinators have been waiting for this moment where, like, oh, we need these linebackers that are 4.4, 4.5 speed, and they can do all these different things, but they only weigh about 230, 235 pounds. So now we're going to bring in 3 tight ends. We're going to root them out, and we're just going to open holes and let our running backs run through it. What are you going to do about that defense?
Great job with adjustments as well, too, because, there's a lot of times where you have a fast-flowing defense. So they put in the right plays to counter that with the fast-flowing, with the cutbacks and things like that. So kudos to this offense, man. They've really figured out how to run the ball effectively and efficiently, and really take advantage of the defense that's right in front of them. So they're doing a fantastic job. They need to continue to do that for this game.
Yep, and they're using each week's tape against their upcoming opponents. Now that they're showing these things, now Packers are going to prep for it. And I just feel like I have so much confidence that Ben Johnson understands that chess match, and now is going to use that against them. So it'll be exciting to see how Ben
and I think
here.
For this game, I think they're going to go with power. They're going to go with aggressive power. They're going to go right at Parsons.
Yeah, let's see if they just like the Eagles. Let's see if you can stop.
Yeah,
it
they got to be.
Bay.
Yeah, we got to put them on their heels. They have to stop us.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Yeah. All right, your second key to victory here in Lambeau.
Second key is win on third down for the defense. First and second down, like Lance said, you want to get them in manageable situations and push them back. But at the same time, third down is the money down. This is the down that you have to win. And Jordan Love is pretty good on third down.
And the Bears are also very good on third down.
The Bears, yeah. So like something's gonna give. But I really like our chances against Love. Love does some great things with escape in the pocket and getting out there and finding wide receivers down the football field. But we got to be able to contain him as much as possible and just win on third down. Shut down third down, get off the football field, and get the ball back to Caleb.
Yeah.
Get off the field.
Really good. I think there's a theme here that you guys will see as it's already forming here with our blueprint between your keys, my keys, and Zoom's keys. So my 2 keys real quick here. Number 1, as we were talking about earlier, attack that interior defensive line.
There you go.
You're running the ball, and you're going to see and test that depth that's now taken a hit with some of the moves they've made. And maybe they move Micah Parsons into the middle at one point just to try to, to force the Bears to the edge, because they've got a lot of speed on defense. But up the middle, they've lost some key components, and the Bears, their elite strength, is up the middle.
Absolutely.
And so I want to just continue to attack that interior defensive line and see how they can handle it, and until they can stop it, keep going at them. So we've kind of already expanded on that. And so then my final point, to keep with our theme of defense and how you win on third down and what you guys have talked about. Briggs said create third and long situations. Zoom, you said win on third down by any means necessary. And the trickle down for me is win on first down. Because when you look at this team, when you look at this Packers team, they're very good on third down, but so is the Bears. So to me, the key to this game is talking with Wayne Larrivee. He brought up a great stat that Josh Jacobs actually leads the league in yards before contact. He's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. Like the Bears, Monangai and Swift, they have the most yards before contact of anybody in the league. But Josh Jacobs is actually getting go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I remember this. So he's averaging 3.9 yards per carry, which isn't great. 3.11 of those yards is after contact. So that means he's getting 0.8 yards before his first contact per carry.
Right.
Which is terrible. That's on the Packers' offensive line. That is an offensive line stat, not a running back
so
stat.
Wayne's sitting here saying he's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage every time. And early in the year, one of my bigger concerns about this Bears defense was they were getting to the football, but they weren't wrapping up.
Right.
And there was so much yards after. I'm not seeing yards after contact as much anymore. This team's tackling. This team's physical right now.
I've talked about that a little bit before, is that, once you get into like November, December, there's a breakdown of fundamental of things that you have to do, and that one of those things is catching the football. You see a breakdown there sometimes, and wrapping up and tackling people.
Right.
For whatever reason, in the end of November, December, tackling is such an issue. But teams that really know how to do that have an incredible edge.
And for whatever reason, it feels like the Bears have gone the other way with three linebackers that are backups.
Yeah.
DeMarco Jackson, Amen Agbangbamiga, Briggs.
Good. Nice.
They've been great wrapping up. You might get Noah Sewell back. You might get T.J. Edwards back. But
Lance said great things happen when you run to the football.
Right.
But the greatest things happen is when you get there and you actually wrap up.
Right.
So right now those fundamentals have to show up.
Right.
And wrapping up is going to be extremely important, especially in games like this, because it's cold. Your body is numb. You really don't want to get in the mix sometimes. But the team that's going to be down and dirty in that situation and wrap up and make strong tackles, you got a really great advantage at winning.
So that's my whole thing. If you're winning on first down, if you're wrapping up behind the line of scrimmage because you're getting to Josh Jacobs, then that's going to lead to Briggs and Azuma's keys of winning on third down, because you got to get them to third and long.
Got to.
And if you get them to third and long, then Dennis Allen's going to be able to dial up some creative blitz schemes, showing different people at the line of scrimmage. You already saw in this last game, the Bears are 5-0 with C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
But now they've added
He's a dog in there with the nickel.
He is a dog. And now you've got Kyler Gordon added to this equation with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And both these guys can be used as hybrid corners, safeties.
Yes.
And you can move these guys up at the line of scrimmage and show one thing, have one guy go back, another guy's going to the quarterback.
Absolutely.
And you don't know who's coming from where.
Absolutely.
As a quarterback. But in order to be able to do that, you've got to have it in advantageous third down situations
Correct.
for this team. So this is going to be a big one, ladies and gentlemen, but those are our keys to success and victory of beating the Green Bay Packers.
They've been listening.
Look at Briggs.
And they've been winning.
I feel like Briggs right there is just like a sense of pride in his eyes with the keys.
A sense of I told you so.
Yeah.
Listen, don't be cute. Don't be cute. Don't be pretty. All right, get to the doggone ball. You got two linebackers right now that are getting 14, 15 tackles a game. Okay, flying around. CJ Gardner-Johnson is flying around. Kyler, we've already proven he will fly around. This defense can be dominant if everybody gets to the damn ball and when they get there, arrive with bad intentions.
We got Jalen Johnson coming back too, he's getting healthier. So take away Christian Watson. And Christian Watson is good too. I mean, his targets are starting to increase as well. So
he had 10 targets last week.
Yeah, he's getting into the mix now because he's 6'4", 6'5". He runs like a 4.3. So he's a big body that can run and stretch the football field. So it'll be the Bears corners need to get up on them. I don't want to see any free releases. I want to see people getting hit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see wide receivers getting hit at the line of scrimmage. Nothing free.
All right. That's great. Can't wait. So excited for Sunday. and I know everybody is as well. So let's round third here as we're heading towards home plate of the Brick by Brick podcast. Once again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a diehard and whatnot. We appreciate everyone's support. And, of course, our final segment, as we do every Thursday here on Brick by Brick, is with our good friends over at Circus Sports and Da Bets.
The money that folds.
Da Bets, that's right. Absolutely. We are hitting up Circus Sports Illinois all day, every day, and we are making our money with that Circus Sports app if you download it at circusports.com. You must be 21 or older, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, and we are using those NFL betting lines for Week 14 with that Circus Sports Illinois app. All right, well, let's get right into it. Bears-Packers, they don't respect us, ladies and gentlemen.
That is crazy.
The Packers are 6.5-point favorites. It seems like Vegas didn't learn their lesson after last week, where they had the Bears as a touchdown underdog in Philadelphia. 6.5-point underdogs at Lambeau Field.
Did they not see how the Bears ran the football last week? Did they not see that?
I guess not.
No?
I guess
6.5? That is a lot of points. The Bears are going to cover this. Stop playing. The Bears are covering this.
How you feel on that? Oh, Lance is That's how you feel?
In depth.
You should just go a whole show doing that.
All right.
Well, that's good because we are running way over.
We understand exactly what you're talking about.
We are running way over, so anytime I throw to you in this segment break, just do the That's good. All right. Let's see the NFL slate here for Week 14. Obviously, you got Cowboys and Lions here.
Let's go, Cowboys.
Thursday night football. Real quick on Cowboys Lions. Like, to me, this is the first game of the season that to me is win or go home. Like when you get to this point of the year, some of these games are essentially playoff games. And if you look at what's going on in Dallas and what's going on with Detroit and kind of what their schedule looks like the rest of the way and where their win total is at right now, you could make an argument that tonight's game for either team is
critical.
If you lose, you're essentially out of
critical.
the playoff race. Because the Cowboys, I think, are an interesting team because if they win this game, if you look at their schedule, I think they kind of have a pretty clear path to winning out the rest of the way.
They do.
And winning 11 games. And at that point, you're 11-5-1 because you tied the Packers when the Bears were in Las Vegas. So that would be interesting. But if you lose, I don't know if 10 wins is enough for any team in the NFC to get in. And the same can be said for the Cowboys. They're 7-5 right now. And if you lose this game and fall to 7-6, like and then you play the Rams next week in LA, I really do think that the loser of this game is essentially knocked out of the playoffs in a lot of ways. Still got a long month to go here, but this is a huge game for both those teams.
Well, I mean, the Lions better not take Dallas lightly. The Lions haven't really been looking that great lately. They've been showing a lot of vulnerabilities. They're hurting. So you could take advantage of this team. Hopefully Dallas just takes them out. I'd like to see Dallas, take the fight to them and just totally dominate them because, they've shown that they're very vulnerable. So we'll see what happens.
You got the playoff picture here on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my point.
Look at those Bears way up there.
Look at them Bears at the top. That is a beautiful thing.
At the top. Look at them.
Yeah, the Lions, Cowboys, and Panthers are kind of all hanging on for dear life, because those top 7 teams all have like essentially 9 wins. And so I think the threshold of making it in the NFC is going to be pretty difficult for teams on the outside looking in right now. All right, let's get back to the slate here and go through this. But hey, and just as a reminder, any of you diehards watching this show right now live, we will be in Discord doing a live watch along. Adam Johns, Adam Hogue, Mark Carmen, Steven, we're all going to be there and watching the game with all of you that have access to the Discord channel. Because you're a diehard, you can hang out with us and watch a pretty pivotal NFC matchup here on Thursday Night Football. All right, so back to the slate. Commanders at Vikings.
Let's go, Commanders.
12 p.m. Sunday. Jaden Daniels was limited.
That's correct.
Is trying to return, so that's an interesting one. The Vikings season is basically done at this point.
Let's go, Commanders.
They're trying to figure out their quarterback. The Vikings do have a matchup against the Lions and Packers at the end of the year, so I'm kind of going the other way as everyone right now. I know everybody's enjoying watching J.J. McCarthy just shrivel and die.
Drown.
But I kind of need him to pick it up here because you got the Lions and Packers coming up. So come on, JJ, local kid. I didn't like you before, but if you could get a win at the end of the year, that wouldn't hurt us either. Steelers at Ravens, also 12 p.m. matchup. That's going to be a big one.
That's going to be a good one.
Both those teams fighting for that division crown. Every other division's got 9 wins.
Steelers did not look good last week.
Yeah, and the Ravens are still kind
on the hot seat.
Yeah, both teams haven't really. I mean, the Ravens are trying to climb out of a hole they dug themselves in. I need the Steelers to pick it up as well, though, because they play the Lions here coming up in a couple weeks. And if Rodgers could stick it to the Lions one more time, this is how my 3D chess mind is always working with this stuff. Saints at Bucks, 12 p.m. Obviously, the Bucks need to continue to win with the Panthers.
They've been having some trouble lately.
Yeah, Panthers and Bucks really. Go ahead, Briggsy.
No, I just said one word. I said injuries.
Yeah. You're supposed to just be saying,
The Bears have had injuries too, but we keep on winning.
All right, back to the slate. Bengals at Bills. Joe Burrow put on a show last week.
Let's go, Bengals.
The Bills, again, another team that, some picked to win the Super Bowl. They've been losing some games.
Yeah.
Now you got Joe Burrow coming to your house. That'll be an interesting one. You got Rams at Cardinals.
They got beat up.
At the 3 o'clock slate up against the Bears. Nobody will be watching that game, because the Bears Packers, but the Rams obviously.
Yeah, nobody's watching that.
The Cardinals have given some teams some fights. Jacoby Brissett, right? So
Rams are going to win that game.
Yeah, Rams are going to win that game, so they're pushing for the top spot in the NFC. Along with the Chicago Bears. And then you got Texans at Chiefs Sunday Night Football.
This is going to be a tough one.
I know, Steven.
Texans all the way, baby.
You probably won a lot of money in your time on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But
their luck is running out. In one-possession games this year, not looking so great. Last year, I want to say they were undefeated in one-possession games.
And they're
not
fighting,
this year, buddy.
They're fighting for their lives at this point.
Texas all the way,
and
baby.
The Texans are a tough defense.
That
defense
is ferocious.
Serious. Elite.
I don't really understand how they're not better with how good their defense is. And then you got Eagles at Chargers on Monday Night Football. Not really sure if Justin Herbert's going to play. Have we gotten any clarity on
Didn't
this?
he have surgery?
He had surgery. I think they said there was a screw inserted in his hand. It was his left hand. He did come back in that game this past week, and he had like a protective covering over his hand.
Yeah,
Since it's his non-throwing hand, I would think he plays, but I mean maybe they don't force it. It's a tough game regardless against a really – we saw that – we beat up the Eagles' D-line, but normally they're really good.
Yeah.
You never know.
Eagles with another primetime affair
Prime time
here. So let's go through the bets, the betting odds in these games. You got the Lions as 3-point
favorites.
3-point favorites. Thank you. I'm sorry, I couldn't read. Lions 3-point favorites at home. So that game is basically a gimme when you talk about the Cowboys as 3-point underdogs on the road here. And I agree with Vegas there. I'm taking the Cowboys in that game.
Me too.
Taking the Cowboys in that game.
Cowboys.
At the time this airs, we'll know whether or not Amon-Ra St. Brown is playing. To me, that's the biggest X factor. I know he didn't play. He didn't practice Tuesday or Wednesday.
His ankle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If he didn't practice on Wednesday, that's essentially not playing.
Well, he's one of those guys that doesn't need to practice to play.
Yeah.
And they don't have got
he's playing.
Yeah.
He's going to play.
And the Lions are going to win.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
They're not going to cover the spread. They're not going to cover the spread.
If they do, then they, in my opinion, knock the Cowboys out because then the most wins the Cowboys can get the rest of the year is 10, right? There's 7. Or you look it up and tell me if I'm wrong. What are they? I'm sorry.
I'm going
Cowboys
with the
are
Cowboys.
6-5-1. They had that tie against the Packers.
6-5-1.
Yeah.
So if the Cowboys lose this game, the most they can get to is 10 wins. And then the only way they'd be able to get a tiebreaker on anybody else is if they also had 10 wins, which at this point looks unlikely in the NFC. So, like I said, must win for both teams. It's going to be an awesome game. Commanders, Vikings. Vikings are 2-point favorites at home. I'm taking the Commanders in this one.
1,000%. Why are the Vikings even favored?
It's at home. Their defense is tough.
Doesn't matter. I haven't seen anything working for the Vikings. Did you see them last week?
Supposed to get 3 points for being at home. You're not even
Horrible.
getting that.
Well, and a team like the Vikings now in December and their season's over, and they've been a team that's won the most games in football in the regular season the last 2 years. Yeah. That's the kind of team you might build for kind of letting go of the rope at the end of the year when you have such high expectations and your season falls flat like that.
I don't trust their quarterback situation at all.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you there at all. All right, let's try to roll through these.
Jefferson doesn't either.
Got the Ravens as 6-point favorites at home over the Steelers. Steelers looking doo-doo lately.
Yeah.
Looking Rodgers tried to play, and then he got hurt a couple times.
Where's Tomlin going?
I don't know.
He's going to New York.
He needs a change of scenery.
He's going to the Giants.
Giants?
Yep.
If I'm the Giants, I'm looking for the next Ben Johnson to get with Jackson Dart. I don't know if that person is out there. We got very lucky.
Roll the dice.
But
best of luck.
They need somebody.
Go get Tomlin.
They need somebody
Go
to
get
mentor.
Tomlin.
I think Jackson
He
Dart
brings a culture which they need.
I agree with that, but I think Jackson Dart has elite talent. But somebody got to get in his head to get out of bounds.
Oh,
dude.
my goodness.
He's getting
smoked.
smoked.
Stay in bounds.
He's
Stay
getting
in bounds.
smoked all the time, man.
Stay in bounds. Be a football player like you say you want to be.
All right.
I like it.
Bucks are 8.5-point favorites over the Saints. It's like a college football line for the Bucks.
The interesting note with this game is Mike Evans might be returning in that one.
Okay.
He got in limited practice.
Well,
Okay.
You think the Saints can cover this? 8.5?
Well, the other side of this is Chris Olave. He had back spasms last week. He ended up scoring a touchdown, but they said that those back spasms flared back up. So now he's been out of practice. So we'll see if he plays as well.
my wife has been having this sciatic issue with her back, and she just won't shut up about it. Like every day, like yesterday, like trying to get up the stairs, like moving like my mom. Like
painful, Braggs.
I mean,
painful.
I'm like trying to get up the stairs. She's moving like my. I just pushed her. I'm like, let's go.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Just awful.
Oh, so noble. All right. Shout out to Jenny. Rams, 8-point favorites over the Cardinals on the road.
That feels about right.
They should be 10-point favorites.
You know what? I'm taking the Cardinals to cover. They make every game close.
They make it exciting.
Like. They lose every game.
Brissett's been serviceable.
Yeah, they make every game close. They just lost the Rams to the Panthers last week. I might take the points.
8 points? That's a lot.
Lance is putting up the L. All right, I'll
For
probably
L Boogie?
Yeah, I'd be careful. You might want to fade me, in my opinions. What else do we got? We got Bills 5.5-point favorites over the
I
Bengals.
don't know.
I'm taking the
know.
Bengals.
I like the Bengals.
Got Joe Burrow back.
I'm not really feeling the Bills like that.
I'm not really salivating over that score right there. I'm going with the Bills.
Okay.
The Bills? Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys didn't get the punchlines. Talk about salivating in Jamar Chase. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Hot too.
Little projectile. All right. Chiefs
I didn't
are
spit on that guy.
Chiefs are 3-point favorites over the Texans. Man, I don't know, man.
Texans.
You taking the Texans?
Defense.
Chiefs are going to be missing 3 of their starting offensive
Yeah,
linemen in that game, including
they're
Trey
missing so
Smith,
many
who was
people.
every Bears fan's, on their wish list last year.
Take the Texans. Because of that defense. They're going to get to Mahomes.
Okay.
They're going to get to Mahomes.
I'm going to have to rock with the Texans, too.
Yep.
I'm going to have to rock with them.
Before the
Nico
season.
Collins. Yeah, they're humming right now.
You said before the season that the Bears at this point in the year would be like living good.
Look at us.
And the Chiefs are
Look at
drowning. Drowning. I know they're jealous. I know in Kansas City all they think
Let 'em
about
be
is
jealous.
like, man, I just wish we were the Bears. Yeah, how stupid that sounds. But it's reality right now.
I love it.
It's hilarious. The Eagles, 2.5-point favorites on the road against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. So we'll have to wait and see how the injury report shakes out for that game. Obviously, the Eagles dealing with some things as well after the Bears kicked their ass on Friday last week.
Yes,
so,
they did.
All right, well, I think that's about it here. We ran an hour and a half here on the Brick by Brick podcast because of Jarrett Payton, being so gracious with his time. He's such a
Great insight.
Dude. Great dude.
Before we wrap, I want to mention everybody, if you like these betting picks, Jerry here, he has got his own channel as well.
I
To
do.
the Points with Jerry Azuma. You could check that out on YouTube, on Spotify, and Apple. Quick, short,
To the points.
Looks right at the primetime games where you preview them, you give them your picks, and you go from there.
I'll have one out for tonight.
So
All right.
do him a favor. I know you like hearing from Jerry, so go hit to the subscribe button and
Subscribe.
download those podcasts.
On it.
All right. Make sure you're subscribed, Briggsy.
Get you
Sir,
right.
yes, sir.
That money that folds.
All right. Well, that wraps things up here tonight as we're taking you right in to Thursday night football here on the Brick by Brick podcast. We appreciate everyone hanging out. Once again, thank you to Jarrett Payton of
JP.
GN Sports with WGN, and of course, he's Chicago Bears royalty. So, it's obvious. And Walter Payton Man of the Year goes to DJ Moore. Jarrett, announced that to him the other day, surprised him, and they released the video. So, shout out
It's
to
a nominee.
DJ.
It's great.
Yeah.
Great honor.
Yeah. So, appreciate everybody hanging out, and it's going to be a fun weekend. You got a lot of content here to catch up on as to get you into game day. Obviously, Hogan Johns will be on Friday with the preview show, so make sure you check that out. And then we'll be here on Sunday with wall-to-wall coverage, pregame show starting at 2 o'clock, something like that.
Probably 2:30, something like that.
Something like that. We'll figure it out.
Just look for the link. It'll
From
tell
2
you.
o'clock till midnight,
The
we're
link
going to
will
be
be out.
live here on CHGO Sports because we got a pregame show before the game, as always. We're doing a live watch-along, as we've done for all the road games.
No screaming.
There will be screaming. I don't know if you saw some of the highlights from the last one.
Yeah, Jerry, you missed this. I know Lance loved it. You want to hear Braggs reacting to
Wait,
Cole Kmet's
you mean to
touchdown?
tell me that there was screaming
well,
going
You
on?
tell me, is this a scream?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Was that you?
It could be anybody.
Clear, yes.
That was
Yeah.
you? Screaming like that?
That could be anybody.
He's a screamer. Now we know who the real screamer is around here.
Wow, you are a screamer?
Yeah.
It could
no
be,
doubt.
I can't confirm or
Did
deny.
not know.
You with the
Did not know.
sciatica in your back.
That's how I'm screaming when Jenny can't get up the stairs. Come on, move your ass.
Oh, the screamer.
We're going to be late. All right. Yeah, I do. I tend to scream at times. I get excited. Can't help myself. So, yeah, we got live watch-along for Bears-Packers. Then we got post-game show with CHGO Bears, and then the Brick by Brick after show. So, if you are tuned into the CHGO Sports channel on Sunday, you will not have to leave from 2 o'clock until late into the night. And it's going to be a lot of fun breaking down this huge matchup in a renewed rivalry with the Bears and Packers. Not too often that both teams are playing with this kind of stuff on the line for playoff implications
fun.
this late in the season. So,
Yeah.
appreciate everybody hanging out. Once again, thank you to Steven for all the hard work running the
Steve.
ones and twos. And thank you to Lance Briggs, Jerry Azuma, Jarrett Payton. And as I always like to say, keep your head up and always
Bear
Bear
down.